All right, y'all. We are here to announce the winner for Podcaster of the Year. And the prestigious Slammy Award here. The nominees are The Collective at the 13 Rings Podcast, the random guy who hands out his mixtapes in Walmart parking lots, Big Mike of the Runnin' Wrestling Podcast, and Derek of the Fourth Down Forum Podcast. And your winner is, no, I got one thing to say about that, all right? One thing and one thing only. This is my trophy. Mine. Nobody else's, but nah. How we doing, y'all? Welcome to episode 36 of the Fourth Down Forum Podcast. There is no podcaster of the year. I just wanted to give a shout out to some of my fellow podcasters. And we're going to take this off because I find it much more natural when it's over the shoulder like this. So if I ever followed that dream of being a WWE superstar, I definitely would be carrying my title like this. But hi, hello. We are going to be covering reactions and fallout from Bad Blood. Now, originally, I wanted to do a Bad Blood prediction video. If I haven't stated it yet, this is episode 36. However, with scheduling when it came to work, I wasn't able to work that into the schedule around that. So, yeah, this is where we're at now. So we'll be doing a Bad Blood fallout and reaction video. However, I will be doing a prediction video for Survivor Series War Games because a lot of the stuff that happened in this pay-per-view ties into what we're leading into come November. So let's start with where the pay-per-view, everything took place. The Bad Blood 2024 pay-per-view emulated from Atlanta, Georgia, Cody Rhodes' old stomping grounds, as well as one Mr. Roman Reigns, because he used to play for Georgia Tech. For those of you who did not know, he was a standout football player for them, and actually had a stint in the NFL at one point as well. But yeah, so the match that kicked off the show, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. Now, me personally, along with many other people I saw on Twitter, they thought this match should have main evented Bad Blood, and I would 100% agree with that. However, I do get why, after watching the pay-per-view, that this match opened. So this match kicks off. These guys absolutely can't stand each other, right? There's a whole backstory. There was a 10-month build-up where CM Punk returned at last year's Survivor Series after the men's War Game match. Drew McIntyre was a part of that match. There's a lot of animosity. So this feud has been building up since then. CM Punk has cost Drew McIntyre money in the bank. He went to cash that in. He cost him his WrestleMania moment after he won the title off of Seth Rollins. And yeah, that happened. We waited for CM Punk to be cleared. He was cleared. They had a match at SummerSlam. I think there was one other match. So they were tied 1-1 apiece. This match happens, and there was, this match had everything you could think of. It had the violence. It had, I don't know if I can say that word on here or not. But I already didn't I? Because the pay-per-view was called Bad Blood. So it had blood. And, for WWE being a PG product, that's really saying something. But yes, CM Punk came out on top of this match victorious. So both men should be moving on to newer feuds. One feud I would like to see CM Punk have is one that we were robbed of last WrestleMania season. He doesn't have to have it right now, because I know Raw is going to be like 2 hours for November, December until it moves over to Netflix. And that's going to be interesting to see how that will come into play. But I do want to see CM Punk have a feud with Seth Rollins. I think you do save that for WrestleMania. I don't know what the plans with the current World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, is. Well, I do. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I don't know what the long-term plans are. So he might hold that title for a minute. He might not. We shall see. But yeah, other matches on this card. The WWE Women's Championship match. Now, in my predictions, I do want to say this before we get into that. I did have Drew McIntyre win in this match, but I'm not mad that CM Punk won. Obviously, you can tell by the t-shirt. I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I was rocking with him his first stint in WWE when he was on the WWE ECW brand. When he was, cashing in on Edge, cashing in on Jeff Hardy. Hate to see it, but it happened. Then he left for a while. Almost 10 years, but it's not like he didn't do nothing. He had a whole UFC stint. Wasn't really too good at that. We're going to put that out there. But he tried. He tried. And then he returned to AEW. But AEW didn't know how to handle certain situations. So AEW's loss became WWE's gain, and we're happy to have him back in WWE. I'll say that much. I called it as soon as he was let go from his AEW contract that he'd be back. That said, though, we get into the women's match. Bayley versus Nia Jax. Now, in my predictions that I put out on Twitter, I had Tiffany Stratton cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. Didn't happen here, but boy, oh boy, is it going to happen. And you can see the tension building and the cracks starting to form in that relationship already. Nia will sit there and be like, Tiffany, you can't do this. She'll grab her by the face, stuff like that. And I'm like, whoa, she's going to, snap one day. She's going to turn on you. It's not going to be Bayley's going to win the title and then cash in, because everybody would see that coming. It's going to be Nia retains and then Tiffy turns on her and cashes in and we'll get the title. So when that happens, I want to say maybe as late as Mania, but maybe it happens earlier. Could happen at Survivor Series. It could happen at Rumble. But, you'd have to build up. But we shall see what happens. This match wasn't really anything special to me. I'm not going to hold you. It did its job. I'll put that much out there. Now, the host of Bad Blood were Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They did a wonderful job. No hate towards them. There were segments that I did not like, and there were segments that I did like with this pay-per-view. Let's talk about one of those segments I did not like. So, and this may be out of order. I'm just going to let y'all know now. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is in the ring. He's cutting a promo. Goldberg happens to be in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where he's from. That's where he lives. That's where he stays. So he cuts a promo on him. Goldberg jumps the barricade. He gets stopped by security. I have an odd feeling that this is setting up for a match at Crown Jewel. And we all know why. Don't want it to happen, but it's going to happen. And it's going to suck if it happens, because Goldberg can't go anymore. He had 3 moves to begin with when he was wrestling. And it's just, wild to see that he's still itching to get back in the ring, even though, he shouldn't be out there. But it is what it is. We'll talk about the good segment at the end of this and the other segment that I enjoyed. Let's talk about the Terra Twins, though, because Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley both had matches on this card. Damian Priest had a match with Finn Balor. Now, if y'all remember, we got to go all the way back to 2022, right? Because that's when the original Judgment Day started. And I'm not talking Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, Dom. I'm talking Edge, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest. That happens, it's going smoothly for a while. Top babyface, when that brand gets injured, Edge has to revert back to being a babyface. In comes Finn Balor. Everything seems to be going fine. Fast forward to earlier this year. Things were not going fine. Rhea was out for a while. Liv was sneaking around doing her thing. And now we saw what her real intentions were. She did tell Rhea that she was going to take everything from her. And she did just that. She took the women's title, originally off Becky Lynch, though. Not off of Rhea, but beat Rhea at SummerSlam to retain it. So she took Judgment Day. The only thing she didn't take is Damian Priest. But that match happened. Damian Priest won his match. Now, as far as where this is going to go, I don't remember if Finn and Damian had one match or two matches so far already. If they've only had one, I could see them having one more match. Or two more matches. If they've had two, I could see them doing one more match. But if they do another match, bring back the Demon Balor persona. Regardless, Finn, excuse me, y'all, it's kind of late here, so I do apologize for that. Finn needs to bring back the Demon persona anyway. I think Judgment Day, at least the version we have now, has kind of run its course. I don't know if I'm the only person that feels that way, but yeah. So let's talk about the other half of the Terror Twins. Rhea Ripley had a match for the Women's Championship against the World Women's Championship, should I say, against one Miss Liv Morgan. In this match, Dominic Mysterio is suspended in a shark cage. So he's in the cage, everything seems to be going fine, yada yada. He picks the lock, gets out of the cage. Rhea wails on him with a kendo stick. Can't DQ him, he's not in the match. But let's talk about the least anticipated return of the night, which was that of Raquel Rodriguez. I don't like this route they're going. I get it. I do. This whole route they're going of, oh, Raquel Rodriguez is going to be the enforcer of Judgment Day. She's the whole reason Liv got taken out. Or not Liv, excuse me. Rhea. Rhea's part of the reason she was out of action for so long. And I'm just like, okay, and? Because Raquel came back. Raquel has always been like this plucky baby face who shows off her back muscles. And I'm like, I'm supposed to believe she's this intimidating force now? I'm not buying it. She got no pop from the crowd, mind you. She got Liv DQ'd, so Liv retained. But even after that happened, she threw Liv on Rhea Ripley to symbolize a pin, or at least that's the way Michael Cole explained it. And I know that was a botch, so shout out to Michael Cole for that. So far we have covered the opening match. We've covered Damian and Finn. Nia, yep, there's only one more match to cover on this. So the main event was a tag match. Roman Reigns and your WWE Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, against the New Bloodline. Cody's been having his issues with the New Bloodline. Roman has had his issues with the New Bloodline. This was Roman Reigns' first match back in action since WrestleMania 40. Yeah, 40. And boy, oh boy, did it deliver. This match had everything you could want. So, there was a lot of animosity. Would Roman turn on Cody? Or would he have his back like he said he would? And he held up to that end of the bargain. Returns. Let's talk about returns, because at one point in the match, there's a mysterious man in the back of the New Bloodline. the guys that are on the outside of the ring. And we all could piece together who it was, because it's the same way he did his brother done dirty at SummerSlam. But it was one Mr. Jimmy Uso finally making his return and aligning himself with Roman Reigns. So that happens. He helps Cody and Roman get the win. And, match was fine. It was cool. It had its place, the main event, for reasons. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. So after the match, the new bloodline starts to beat down Cody Rhodes. And Jimmy and Roman are walking up the ramp. And Jimmy's like, yo, Uso, we got to go help him. We should go help. And Roman's like, nah, I don't know. He kind of hesitates. But then they go make the save. That happens. And then who else's music hits but that of the final boss, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And yeah. So I like where this is heading. This is setting up towards War Games, I would have to imagine. Because, The Rock's back, new bloodline. I think we're going to get this whole storyline of, The Rock's been the one pulling the strings all along. I have seen reports, and I know it's too early to predict WrestleMania, where it said, The Rock, Roman, Cody might have a triple threat for the title. It's not the way to go. Do Rock Roman at WrestleMania 41. If The Rock wants to challenge for the title, have him do it on like the Raw premiere when it moves over to Netflix. Crown Jewel can be another one if his schedule's cleared. But not Mania 41. Because my way too early predictions, I want to see Rock Roman, and then I want to see Randy versus Cody for that title at some point. And WrestleMania would be like a perfect time frame for that. After the pay-per-view and all is over, Cody Rhodes is out by his tour bus and gets confronted by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, and I think that's one of the guys I did not put up on the display thing, and I knew I was missing somebody. Sorry, little ADHD moment. But yeah, he attacked Cody Rhodes, and he is heel now, so excited to see where this stuff leading into Survivor Series War Games in Canada. I do think it's going to be OG Bloodline, maybe with Sami Zayn, maybe not. That one's still up in the air, versus New Bloodline. Now, which members are they going to be? I know it's going to be Jacob Fatu. It's going to be Solo. It's probably going to be, the brothers. Stuff coming up on the channel, y'all. So, this video will be going out soon. We got your week 6, we got week 6 NFL pick'ems coming up, which is crazy to think we're already going into week 6. NBA season preview. I just checked. Season starts October 22nd. So if anything, we'll try to have something out the week of, if not when the season premiere, because that gives me like 2 whole weeks to come up with like material and stuff for that. But other than that, I do want to remind y'all, we are doing a giveaway once we hit 500 subscribers on the channel. We are currently sitting at 241 last I checked. So once we get more subscribers, do more giveaways, stuff like that. And the best way to grow the channel, keep getting numbers, stuff like that, is to just keep promoting content. So I will have a lot of stuff coming for y'all. Player profile episodes probably won't happen until the new year, because I have said since I relaunched this channel that there is one player who I want to kick the player profiles back off with, where I'm not going to need a script, I'm not going to need anything. And like I said, I put it on my Twitter, that is going to be an episode that no matter how much I prepare myself for it, it is going to break me. And, because I think, yeah, we all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate the love and support, and I will catch y'all on the next installment of the Fourth Down Forum.